Well, greetings YouTube model people, how's it going? Okay, coming at you here with a final video of my 2020 Meng Tiger Kit Group build, hosted by Papa Dan and by Tommy, Colonel Reb. Hotty toddy to you, Tommy. Um, and yeah, this is what I chose for this build, which is the, as you can see, the USS Missouri battleship, the Mighty Mo. We actually completed this model back on Saturday. Today is Monday, the 28th of September, during my lunch time here from work. Just figured I'd put a quick video, a quick final out here. I didn't have time to do it the other day. So here we are. Again, we did the USS Missouri, and let's see what we got. So here's what we got. Fun little build for sure. You know, these little kits go together, as many have already said, very well. They are press fit, so it's even better than snap fit. They're kind of like a Bandai kit in many ways in that regard. The instructions are also reminiscent of sort of Bandai. They're kind of color coded in the way that you put it together. Some of the pieces and parts, it's kind of similar. And yeah, it was a joy to do, and I look forward to the next year. I'm glad to see that both Dan and Tommy plan to host again next year. I'll just have to figure out what to build. Don't hold me to it just yet, but I'll probably go with one of the tanks, probably the Panzer, but we shall see. We shall see. So the base is provided, or a base is provided for this kit, as these are stickers, not decals. They wanted to put the American flag up here on the ship itself, but looking at some reference photos, I did not see that, so I decided to just put it on the base. Speaking of the base, I may actually build a different base for this kit at some point. I don't have any of the materials I would need to do that right now, so next time I'm off doing some hobby shopping and such, I'm sure we'll be doing something like that during the holidays at some point, so we may pick up the materials and put a quick base together. Nothing too crazy. Something I did with this kit was I painted everything that you see. You know, it was already molded in color, and you could easily have just put it together and it would have looked fine. But I just wanted to give it a more of a lived-in look. There is a very little bit of pastel chalk weathering on here, little 2 tones of gray, just to kind of, again, give it more of a lived-in look. I painted the inside of the big 16-inch mountains here on the front. To give them, you know, make sure they look good, and well, they look very intimidating if you ask me, if I'm facing that kind of firepower. And yeah, it was, again, it went together real easy. Although I will say this, definitely something that I realized right away, if you are going to paint these pieces and parts before you assemble, these are really a tight fit, so you will probably have to do some slight sanding and drilling out and such, or making things a little bigger for pieces and parts to fit into, because even thin paint, most of the paint on here is lacquer paint, you still have to work a little hard to work a little bit to get the parts in there. So just be aware of that if you do paint the parts. The press fit is very tight. So something I don't usually do with my model projects, I'm going to see if I could try to remember to do this more often, is go through the colors I used. So I used Tamiya Dull Red TS33 for the bottom hull here. We used Tamiya AS28 medium gray for a lot of the gray. And I think I'm probably going to be getting some flack for this one, but we used a dark gray for the tops of the turrets and a few other spots, and believe it or not, it's TS4 German gray on a US battleship. Okay, whatever, it looks right to me. The decking, we used XF55 Deck Tan Tamiya acrylic paint for some of the black paint areas. The dish, which I also did a little bit of dry brushing on the radar dish there, interestingly enough. I used some of my favorite acrylic paint to brush on, which is pure black, Reaper paints. Again, guys, this stuff is amazing to brush on. Even better than Vallejo, in my opinion. Very smooth and dries super fast. Nice and thin. And finally, a little bit of gunmetal here and there for all the some of these guns and such, which was a good old Model Master gunmetal. So that's it, folks. Thanks again for all the comments along the way for this project. And thank you again to Dan and Tommy, Colonel Reb, for hosting. It was a blast, and we look forward to next year. So everyone, hope you're doing well. Hope your projects are going well. And take it easy. Okay, cheers.